Hello again, everybody. This is John with BestPriceNutrition.com. Answering another question about whey protein, specifically about grass-fed, organic, pasture-fed, whether or not you need those cows to be the source for your whey protein. It comes up a lot. It really started with meats. There's an argument to be made that it doesn't matter with meats. When it comes to whey protein, if you're buying a whey protein isolate, let's just say, virtually all fat and lactose are removed, the fat being the important one, and the notion is that, well, these animals are not treated with any steroid hormones. Well, steroid hormones are fat soluble, so if the fat is filtered out, that's not a concern. Even if you're buying a whey protein concentrate which has some fat, typically 25 grams of protein is going to yield about 2.5 grams of fat, give or take, depends upon the grade of the concentrate. That's a small amount of fat, and the amount of steroid hormones that could be stored in there is so minimal, it really wouldn't make much of a difference anyways. So it's really not something I concern myself with as far as steroid hormones go. The other one that comes up is, well, what about the antibiotic residue? Well, we're talking about parts per billion there, so it's literally very low. Cows, even the ones that are used to make milk and cheese, are actually tested to make sure that the levels are low enough before they're even used for that purpose. So there's really no benefit to jacking a cow up in antibiotics and then passing it on to others, because we'll have the issue of resistance and stuff, and something the CDC is always fighting against. You don't want to expose populations to bacteria too much because they adapt pretty quickly. So the antibiotic residue thing is not really something I worry about, because the cows are already pre-tested to make sure that we're talking about very, very small amounts. The next one is with bovine somatotropin or growth hormones. Those are the other one that you're commonly going to see on the label of grass-fed, organic wheys and whatnot. And the reality is that, one, those aren't very stable in your GI tract. If you ingested them, your body's going to break them down, so there really isn't a concern there. They are stored in the protein, so whether it's an isolate or concentrate doesn't matter. But also, the amount in a cow treated with it versus not treated is pretty much the same, because the cows that are being treated with it are there because they have a low level of it. And the amounts, again, are very, very minuscule. Again, we're talking like parts per billion, and it's destroyed upon digestion. So really, it doesn't matter when we're talking about a whey protein. It doesn't have to be organic or grass-fed. If you want to do that, that's fine. You're going to pay more, though. So, if you want to do it again, that's up to you. Now, there's a distinction made between this and grass-fed meat. Grass-fed meat is going to be a little bit different because it changes the fat content of that. There's debate to be had there, too, of how much of a difference there is to grain versus grass-fed, but there's at least a debate to be had there, being the biohydrogenated amounts of CLA in there, and the positive effects of that. The ratio of omega-3 to 6, again, yeah, the ratio is different, but the total amount of fat in meat really isn't that different. But again, grass-fed, there's actually a better argument to be made in terms of that for meat. And then people with meat and stuff like that. Something else that comes up is with meats, muscle meat specifically, is the high amount of methionine. So you want to eat the whole animal. Ideally, is kind of what you should try and do. Although some of it doesn't sound very appetizing to me. So as always, moderation is the key. So I hope I covered that for you guys. I hope I covered that for you guys in terms of answering this question for you guys. So if you want to buy it, go ahead. It's just going to cost you more. Do you really need to? No, you don't. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section of the video. Happy to answer them. Also, you can check us out at Facebook.com/BestPriceNutrition. If you like the video, go ahead and like it below. And thank you for watching.